Anywhere and RE/MAX drop buyer commission and NAR requirements. The brokerage giants have agreed to significant policy changes as part of their settlement agreements in the Sitzer, Burnett, and Murrell commissions cases. What's all the fuss about? Check it out here. This real estate news article dated October 6, 2023 says that Anywhere has revealed the terms of its $83.5 million settlement in the Murrell and Sitzer and Burnett lawsuits, a move quickly followed by RE/MAX. The terms laid out in this filing include NAR membership is no longer required. Agents must clearly disclose that commissions are fully negotiable and not set by law. No more minimum commission requirements. Anywhere is eliminating minimum client commission requirements for company-owned brokerages and will encourage members of its franchise network to follow suit. We believe this is the right course of action to remove future uncertainty and ongoing legal expense, serving the best interest of the company, our affiliated agents and franchisees and shareholders, and enabling Anywhere to focus on moving real estate to what's next, said Ryan Snyder, Anywhere CEO and President. RE/MAX President and CEO Nick Bailey shared details of its $55 million settlement plan, with franchisors saying that this agreement is in no way an acknowledgement of wrongdoing. We continue to believe in buyer agency, cooperative compensation, and the idea that consumers are best served when they are working with real estate professionals. Anywhere also agreed to make rule changes aligned with the now revoked Department of Justice settlement with NAR in 2020. It will prohibit company-owned brokerages from describing buyer agent services as free and require them to list compensation offers as soon as possible. They also will be prohibited from sorting things by commission amount unless requested by the client. The proposed settlements must be approved by judges in the buyer broker commission lawsuits, the first of which, Sitzer Burnett, is set to go on trial on October 16th. The lawsuits claim NAR, Anywhere, Home Services of America, Keller Williams, and RE/MAX force home sellers into a system that requires them to pay a commission that is split by buyer and seller agents. In a truly competitive market, plaintiffs argue, buyers would pay their own agents. NAR calls the current compensation structure a win for consumers, saving sellers time and creating a larger pool of buyers with professional representation. NAR has not yet responded to additional requests for comment. Here's what I say.
Howdy do. So I just wanted to get on here real quick and talk about something that just came up in litigation, which was how realtors get paid. More specifically, how buyer's agents get paid. Now, I know that everybody is used to sellers paying both sides of the commissions. Commission for the seller's agent, commission for the buyer's agent. And it's pretty typical, but it's not always necessary. So I can't call it standard. Like it didn't have to be standard practice. So the reason this came up in litigation was because some sellers, I don't remember where it's from, where it was originated from, but some sellers got bent out of shape because supposedly their agents required them to pay both parties' agents commissions. I don't know how true that is or whatever, but it seems to me there could have been and should have been better communication between those listing agents and their clients. So, since they didn't have that communication and the expectations were not set up front, NAR had to get involved. Some big brokerages had to get involved. And here we are. So now everybody's in an uproar. Agents are in an uproar about how to properly care for their buyers and how they're going to get paid to do so. Well, the way I see it is nothing's changing. Listings can be, what's the word I'm looking for? Sellers. I can't think of the word. So sellers are still going to be required to pay their listing agent's commission. Okay. Now, whether or not they decide to, whether or not the seller decides to also offer a commission for the buyer is completely up to them and has always been. So, completely up to them. Now, if the seller does not feel like they should pay the buyer's agent, totally fine. But buyer's agents should not take that as a stab in their back. Buyer's agents rather need to communicate that well to their buyers and just let them know that, hey, the seller themselves are not offering the commission to pay me as your agent. So I'm going to have to get paid another way, which is by you, which could come in different forms. It could come in the form of a check at closing from the buyer to the buyer's agent, or more in line with how we've been doing this, is that the buyer would raise their purchase price offer to the sellers in order for it to include the buyer agent representation commission fee. Hopefully that makes sense. I hope I explained it well. But basically, like I said, that's how it's happened anyway. Everything has just been wrapped up into the purchase price, and both agents get paid from those proceeds. So, whether it's written in the listing agreement or listed in the contract itself, buying agents, I'm a buying agent, I'm not scared at all. I'm going to get paid. So whether I have to wrap it into the purchase price on the contract or whether my sellers agree to help offer to pay the buyer's agents, it doesn't matter. So this whole litigation between brokerages, NAR, and those sellers that got bent out of shape, things are still gonna work out. So I'm not scared. I hope that none of my colleagues are scared. But things will look and maybe sound a little bit different. But talk to your agents and make sure that they explain things to you in a way that you can understand them and in a way that you agree with them. Because I think that's pretty important. Everybody just needs to be on the same page. And, when it comes down to it, if you don't trust what your agent is saying, don't use them. Don't use them. And if you have questions, ask them. Don't ever be afraid to ask questions of your agent, because that's what they're there for. So, anyway, I hope that helps everybody. Buyers, sellers, and agents included. I hope that helps everybody to understand that communication is key in all transactions. So whatever your position is, whatever your role, make sure that you are clear in your communication with all other parties. So hope that helps. Bye y'all.